to our second game of 3 here on Field 2. This is the 20 Northern Super Regional. We have a next level rugby production for you today. We had a thriller game 1, Detroit Tradesmen versus Colorado Springs Grizzlies, where the Grizzlies handled business in a tight one. But up next, we have our women's D2 Super Regional semifinal, South Buffalo versus the Boulder Babes. My name is Nick Cummings. I'm joined with Grant Harrison in the booth. Grant, why don't you go ahead and talk us over this next match?
Well, it should be a fantastic match ahead of us here in Chicago. The Boulder Babes and South Buffalo have put the work in all season to get to this moment, and this is an accumulation of all their efforts they've put in this year, and both talented sides that should be facing off here today.
Yes, two tremendous sides, both looking to get into that Elite Eight tomorrow, the regional finals. We have South Buffalo in the green and black, and we're going to have the Boulder Babes in that. It looks like a black with the red stripe across the middle. And early in this one, we have South Buffalo inside the 22 already of the Boulder Babes. Excellent footwork and step and a 2-on-1. And South Buffalo going to find the try zone early. That is their fullback, Amanda Lanau. Excellent work from her, but an excellent step. I believe that was the inside center, Gabby Dispensa, breaking the gain line, putting the Boulder Babes on the back foot. Excellent step. And then just a simple little pass off to the fullback, Amanda. And
well, Nick,
Buffalo,
just as you
5
said,
points here early.
Nick, just as you said, it was a beautiful carry by Gabby Dispenza to bust the gain line, and then a great finish by Amanda Lanau. Let's see how the number 10, Kelly Dugrud, can do good here.
But wow, what an explosive way to start this game. Exactly what you want to see if you're Buffalo here. But kick no good, so 5-0, just a minute and a half into this one for Buffalo. And Grant, we got a hot one here early.
Oh, it's heating up. The kitchen is hot indeed. Starting a game this way with this tenacity, this is how you win these tournaments. And this is just proof that South Buffalo has put the work in the offseason to get here. They come out so hard and just have great formation and those key passes on the inside to break the gain line. Usually you see a run like that on the outside, but this time on the inside again by Gabby Dispenza, a great run there.
Short kick from Boulder. And now we're going to see Buffalo again with possession of the ball. An explosive start for them. Can they do the same? Excellent hit up by their forward pack, and they're going to go back to them. Playing advantage is the referee for Buffalo, and Boulder just not starting this game the way they would have wanted to. And we're going to come back an offsides penalty right at the midfield line for Buffalo.
Well, you want to attack on defense. After a try given like that, you need to come up hard, and the Babes just get a little too ahead of themselves there.
Kick to touch, not that much distance, but able to keep possession for Buffalo. We're going to have our first line out of the day, see what they can run off this set piece.
Not only the first lineup, but the first set piece of the day as a whole.
Excellent job from Buffalo. They're going to run that fake crash with Gabby, who had the excellent run earlier. And now some space around the outside. It is the try scorer again, Amanda, but she gets brought down, puts it down, picks it up herself. But excellent work from her. Another long run and a high tackle. The Babes just on the back foot, can't get it going here early. And Buffalo on the doorstep yet again. Excellent ball movement from them. They have plenty of space on the outside. A dummy and a move inside from Gabby, who had the try assist on the first one, and she's going to put it down under the post herself.
Well, we gave a player form out to all these players, and we gave them the ability to list a fun fact about themselves. Gabby Dispenza benches 225. And let me tell you, if you don't work out much, that is an incredible feat to do for anyone, let alone a back. And Gabby Dispenza punches one through there for another 5 for South Buffalo.
Well, not only is she strong, she looks pretty fast too, breaking the gain line twice already and both leading the tries for her team.
Amanda Lanau couldn't make her first conversion. Let's see how she does here, though.
Kick is up and through. Kelly adding the 2 points for her side, and an explosive start for the South Buffalo team.
Well, we thought it was an explosive start when it was just 2 minutes into it, but now 5 minutes into it, a 12-0 lead for Buffalo, who has just gotten the best of these Boulder Babes, pardon me, who have come out just a little slow here. Although on defense, their attack is just the right speed. They just need to clean it up. The offsides and a high tackle earlier led to that last try.
Yeah, some mistakes here early did lead to that second try, but Boulder Babes got here for a reason. Do not count them out yet. Only 5 minutes into this one, but plenty of time to work with if you are the Boulder Babes. South Buffalo now, a few hit-ups with their forwards. They've had success going wide, but getting Boulder on their back foot, just moving them backwards, even if ever so slightly, to get the defense to move backwards is always a good thing. And now, trying to go wide inside center, Aaron Risotto decides to keep it up the middle, and now space down the sideline, but play on, says the referee, and then a knock on from this South Buffalo team. The first mistake they have made this game.
Well, if you do give up a scrum, this is the place to do it. Right on the right side of the field, push that open space and be able to give a good push and see how you can test the scrum. This is a good test for South Buffalo now, and our chance to see Boulder Babes, see how they handle themselves in the face of adversity.
Our first scrum of the day. Let's see how this one goes. And stolen by South Buffalo. Flew out the back of the scrum, but taken cleanly, and then dragged into touch was number 8, Danielle Conway. So we will see the Boulder Babes getting away with the one there. They had their own scrum put in, stolen, and now they have a line out for themselves.
The last line out for the South Buffalo, they did a great job on the lift, and they do another great job on the lift here to break this one up.
And that ball looks like it's stolen. It is by South Buffalo. And now gaining meters just on the back foot is Boulder. The pick and go from South Buffalo. They've been working their forwards here tight and then getting it wide. Will they do the same again? It looks like they are. They seem to go to their number 10, Kelly, a lot, and she does a good job spreading the ball. And number 13, again, Gabby, finding some space down the side. She stiffs arms the fullback, and she's going to have no one in front of her and dot it down in the middle. That is her second of the game, along with her try assist on the first try. She's been involved in every try. Here's the replay. Just using her speed to get on the outside and then her strength to fend off the fullback. Puts it right in the middle, makes it an easy kick for her kicker.
You know, I feel like we're going to be saying Gabby Dispenza's name a lot today, but it was a good tackle by Carolyn Miskill. Sometimes you do just get pushed off. And with Gabby Dispenza, her strength, her speed today, been such a factor to help her South Buffalo teammates push to the try zone. Her second of the day, and she had a great pass to lead to the first.
South Buffalo just opening it up here early. They came ready to play. The Boulder Babes just coming out a little slow. And you need to slow down this South Buffalo train before it continues because 17 points in the first 9 minutes is a lot.
17 points in a half is a lot, especially when you haven't broken through the 50-meter line and pushed your opponent's territory. Right now, the Babes, they really need to clean it up, both the set pieces and the penalties, as well as those mistakes we see too often. The Babes, they do have a solid set, they do have a solid team. They just need to clean it up here, take a breath, get reorganized, and come up as one.
Deep kick this time for the Babes. Now, Gabby again showing her strength, breaking several tackles before being brought down. Good work with the forwards there. South Buffalo now gonna use the far side of the field. Nice offload to get some more meters. Excellent leg drive, driving this Babes team backwards. And Buffalo now again moving the ball forward. The Babes getting pushed back every phase. They need to come up hard. They need to stop this Buffalo train. But another line break. And the referee's going to have a discussion with each other. Might have been a high tackle.
Yeah, it looks like she got her by the ponytail. That's always a tough one there. But looks like it's Brianna Harris. Looks like she's all right. I mean, I've never had long hair myself, but I can't imagine that feels too good. But on the bright side, Buffalo, they have just been dominant today. And it all comes down to good vision by their 9, Anna, implementing this 13-31 system and great movement on the forwards as well. You see forwards that can pass the ball. It is deadly.
Yeah, we've seen almost every forward that gets the ball first into contact having an offload to another forward who's running on at pace and is just doing tremendous gaining meters. And now they find themselves again about 10 meters out from the try line of Boulder.
This is
Their
not a
lineouts have
team you
looked
want
clean.
knocking on your door.
The referee had an issue with that lineout. We're going to reset and do it again. Their first two lineouts look clean. That throw did not, but they're going to get this one, and they're going to elect to go with a maul. Excellent job from Boulder. Looks like they're not getting any movement on that offensive maul, and now they're going to go wide with the backs. They're going to go to Gabby. They're going to go to their inside center, Aaron, but unfortunately not the pass you want to see close to the opponent's try line. And now it's a big counter ruck from South Buffalo and stolen, but a knock on close to the try line. And South Buffalo just very dominant here early.
Well, it was a good job by Charlie Wollaston to jump on that ball for her Boulder Babes. But then a knock on here just while you're at the footsteps of another try. That will hurt South Buffalo. And a great opportunity here. Let's see how Boulder handles this exit. Lost their first scrum, but let's see if they've made an adjustment.
And this one, unfortunately, ref didn't like what he's seen, but it looked like South Buffalo may have a chance at stealing that one again. The Babes need to fix their scrums right away, especially this deep in your own side. You do not want to give the ball up.
Looks like that last one collapsed on the Babes at the hands of Emma Miskill. Just looked like she lost her footing there. Got under it a little bit too much. Sometimes that happens. As a tight head, pardon me, as a loose head, you got to work that angle and drive in. That ball out the side, though.
Ball straight out of the scrum, and the referee's going to give a free kick to Boulder. Boulder now the chance to set something up. This is not the first time we've seen them have any possession, but see if they can get something going here. Need to put some phases together, and an excellent run from the 8, Hannah Lemoyne, to get her team some breathing room off of their own try line. And a forward pass called by the referee. Looked clean to us, but the camera angle is at midfield, so we don't have a straight line of sight like the referees do down on the field. And that was excellent pressure coming in from Gabby of South Buffalo, but a costly mistake here for the Boulder Babes.
Yes, you're right. Sometimes that camera angle is tricky, but as you mentioned, it ends up being called a forward pass. Now Buffalo has an incredible opportunity to punch in another one here.
The 8 pick and go. That's Danielle Conway. We've seen her again, but excellent work with the poach for the Boulder Babes, and they're going to go find touch. They're going to try to get out of their own side. Excellent kick. Good job. Get some breathing room for your team. You had a slow start to this game, but have picked it up the last couple minutes. Now let's get out of our side and let's set up our offense.
Well, rugby is the beautiful game for a multitude of reasons, but one of them is 80 minutes. 15 minutes in, you're down 19-0. There is plenty left to play. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the Boulder Babes looking to bring this one back for them.
Line out. They go with the maul again. Taken out cleanly by Boulder. They're going to run a switch with their centers. Now, Boulder up the middle of the field. They have some space out here on our close side, but elect again to go with that hit up with the forwards. Boulder trying to work this middle of the defense, trying to get some space out wide for their backs, but another penalty in from the side, says the referee, and that's back-to-back mistakes for the South Buffalo team, and Boulder is able to get out of their side, but it looks like they're going to set up a penalty play here they've worked on instead of kicking to touch. Boulder, excellent job getting all those meters back from that penalty. Now they're going to go with the hit-ups yet again. That's number 4, Betsy. And now some space with the backs. We're going to see it go all the way to the fullback, Carolyn. But a big counter ruck coming in and in from the side yet again. That is their 3rd penalty in a row for South Buffalo. May we see some color cards here, Grant?
I mean, 2 in from the sides penalties in a row, it does warrant an eyebrow raise, but I don't think it warrants a card just yet. You got to wait 1, maybe 2 more. And if it's the same player getting those penalties, then you really have to have a chat. And it looks like the referee will have a chat here. In the meantime, though, Nick, the Boulder Babes, they need to have a bit more space, a bit more width between their 9 and 10 and their forward pods. It's a little too tight right now. While you do want to give your back space, you got to let your forwards breathe a little bit. You see that pass just about 1 meter from the 10.
And that time, South Buffalo doing an excellent work coming up, not giving them any room to work with on that one, and a high tackle. That is the 4th penalty in a row for South Buffalo, shooting themselves in the foot here, and the Boulder Babes need to take advantage of this. They need to get out of their own side of the field And that's exactly what they're going to do with this kick to touch. But the kick not finding touch, knocked on, and then offsides, played offside. So another penalty.
Well,
Boulder just working their way.
This is the break Boulder wanted right here.
Boulder just working their way down the field off these South Buffalo mistakes and penalties. But now we're going to see, close to touch. Now going back to the forwards. Boulder Babes have had possession of this ball the last, I'd say, 5 minutes of this game, doing an excellent job keeping South Buffalo on defense, but no one there to support in the ruck, and South Buffalo is going to get the turnover. And South Buffalo, as we've seen early in this one, breaking the gain line with every run they have. There's Gabby yet again, finding Amanda. Those two seem to work well together. And out to Ava on the wing. South Buffalo with the pick and go. Scrum half deciding which way should I go. She finds her fly half, who finds the forward heavy hitter, moves this Boulder defense backwards, and big run from number 6, Kendall Boyd, flattening a Boulder defender before gaining more meters. And now a kick to the sideline. There's plenty of space, but unfortunately not enough boot on it, and Boulder's able to corral it and dragged into touch. Excellent defensive work from Gavi Dispensa, but South Buffalo just moving their way down the field every time they have possession of this ball, Grant.
Yes, take a look at this offload real quick here in the middle of your screen. Way to keep it alive there. Unfortunately, as you said, Nick, dragged into touch. So it will be South Buffalo ball here. And these forward pods for Buffalo have just been hammering the ball all day long. Boulder really needs to find a way to be able to stop this formidable offense that Buffalo has put together. Another
South
line
Buffalo
out here.
now with a line out about 25 meters away. Not the best throw, but able to keep possession of it. Now they're going to work their backs. They've had success all day long in their back line. A couple big runs. But the forwards putting in work too. Big counter ruck coming in from Boulder, but unfortunately for South Buffalo, it does work for Boulder. Excellent work from them. And at their own 22, they're going to set up this same play we've already seen from them twice.
Well, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. And it's worked before. They just need to clean it up a little bit.
They did have a big run off of it the first time they ran it. And now they've got some space wide, and they're going to go all the way out to the wing. Excellent step from the winger. And she's got some speed down the sideline, but dragged down from behind. And no, that ball is going to be knocked on. She went to offload it. That was number 11, Robin. Robin went to offload it to her teammate on the deck, but her teammate wanted to ruck for her. And just unfortunately, the miscommunication led to the knock on. So Boulder has a big run, their first big run of the game, and unfortunately squandered by a knock on.
Yeah, Blevins there tried to play it from the turf, but you got to wait for who's coming to support you to see if they are able to catch it, if they want to catch it, if they want to ruck, if they have support. There's a lot of things you got to wait for, and it looked like she was just a little angsty there to get that one moving. Again, here, the winner of this match will play the winner of St. Louis versus Grand Rapids right now going on Field 1, that game in its 70th minute.
But an excellent run down this near sideline. We've seen it several times already. And there goes Gabby yet again for this South Buffalo team. That's her third of the game already. Gabby Dispensa with the hat trick for her team 23 minutes into this game.
A hat trick just after the quarter mark of this match. That is impressive by any standards. And right now, here in the semifinals, maybe facing St. Louis, who's up 31-19 in their semifinal. Gabby has had an amazing day as South Buffalo punches that one in for almost the dagger of this first half. 24-0 already.
And Gabby having a day, even though this game still has plenty of time left in it. But 24-0 have Kelly DeGrood lining up for another conversion. She's 2 for 3 on the day already. Kick is up and through to make it 26-0 South Buffalo. And Grant, Boulder was doing an excellent job there, hadn't given up anything for about 15, 16 minutes of play. And then just another big run from that back line of Eva, Amanda, and Gabby just puts 5 more on the board for South Buffalo.
It's been an incredible day for Buffalo so far, as well as Boulder. Boulder has a lot of good to work on here going into this second quarter here. But while you're still in the first half, you've got to look forward. You've got to find a way to adjust on the fly, to find a way to stop this formidable South Buffalo offense. And that starts by tackling low, bringing that leg up to the sky, and getting those players down.
South Buffalo now going quick with it off the deck. And every time their forward goes into contact, you see them offloading to another player running on, and that's what's getting them these big meters. And now we see the inside center taking an inside crash ball, Aaron Risotto, with a good 10-meter run. And Boulder Babes are just on the back foot here. They need to get some line pressure, need to get this South Buffalo team going backwards. And we see Gabby again to Amanda. Now the pick and go. That's number 4, Jordan Wild. Another pick and go, and it's working. Almost broke through that tackle was Danielle. And now South Buffalo just working their way down the field, and Boulder unable to keep up with them. And the switch, the fullback to wing switch back to the inside, that was Amanda to Eva Bobek, and South Buffalo scoring consecutive tries here about 25 minutes in.
I believe that's one of the few times I've seen a try put together purely by pick and go. Barely one pass off the 9 to put this one in. And what an incredible display of team performance by South Buffalo, having almost every player on their team take a ball into contact on that last one.
Extending this first half lead now to 31.
Again, you can see in the background of your screen there on field 1, St. Louis up 31-19 over Grand Rapids. Whoever wins both of those matches will face each other tomorrow at noon Central Time for the championship. That conversion good there.
Kick is up and good. We have 33-0. Grant, we've seen Boulder do a good job when they have possession of the ball. They're able to make South Buffalo commit penalties. They're able to move the ball down the field. We've seen them get into the at around the 22 of South Buffalo, but on defensively, what would you like to see Boulder change?
Defensively, I'd love to see more involvement from the tight 5 of Boulder. They've been so formidable on offense and so powerful today that I need to see them play a bit more and be a bit more aggressive on defense. Now, of course, we've talked about being aggressive on defense leading to an offsides penalty very early in this match, but clean that up. Being aggressive does not mean you have to be offsides. It just means you have to be quick to your step, good up call, come up as one. So the tight 5 need to be a bit more involved on defense here.
Short kick now for Boulder, but South Buffalo just not giving them any chance to counter ruck or any poach opportunities. They're there quick with the support. there. Boulder finally moving South Buffalo backwards on the offensive side, but the pick and goes coming back out. It worked for their last try. Another line break. They're just running in pairs. The South Buffalo team getting an offload when the first person goes into contact, and we see Gabby again, another step offloading to her teammate, but knocked on by South Buffalo. Boulder playing advantage. And a penalty. No, a penalty against the Boulder Babes,
Not rolling
taking
away the
away their
call.
knock on advantage, not rolling away, and just unfortunate. Boulder had something going there, turned it over, had a few phases going, but gives it right back to South Buffalo.
Well, after this kick for touch here, I mean, it's unfortunate to give the ball back, but once you do, you have to go right back into that defensive mindset. You've got to move east to west, not north to south, and you've got to get out of the way of that ball. You've got to get out of the ruck, and you've got to clean it up. We've been saying it all day. Discipline for this defense here for the Boulder Babes has got to be crucial. And here, down 33-0, you can't afford to make another mistake.
South Buffalo gonna go wide with their backs that they had all day, and Gabby just a little shovel pass and doesn't work out for her. It's gonna be knocked on by her fullback Amanda. Those two have worked well together thus far this game, but not on that one. They did have the numbers advantage going around the corner where they have scored already several times like that, but not this one as a knock on comes out.
Well, it wasn't a fantastic offload, but here, 33-0, you have the ability to, relax with some insurance behind you and try some new things out. Try to get a little fancy with it. But at the end of the day, you've got to stay disciplined and you've got to make those clean, crisp passes. Another scrum here for Boulder.
And stolen again by South Buffalo. Just not what you want to see from this Boulder scrum. And right back to the forward to go South Buffalo, just dragging people alone is number 6, Kendall Boyd. She's already had a couple big runs today. South Buffalo rotating to your left side of the field, and just knocked on there by the fly half. Boulder trying to get something going again, starting deep with the ball in their side of the field. And the referee's going to come back for the knock on after a line break from number 8, Hannah Lemoyne. She throws it back, trying to get a support player running on, doesn't connect. So the referee's going to come back for that knock on.
Just a little bobble here. Looks like she was looking forward to the pass and not securing that ball before she made that pass. But Boulder here got to fix their scrums. The last one, it looked like that ball got hung up in the front row. So that comes down to Claire Arnold, the hooker for Boulder, who just has to clean this one up a little bit, make sure you get the ball back and push it through the second row to get it back to the 8. And she does it there.
Boulder winning one of their scrums. Gone backwards, says the sir. And now trying to string some phases together, trying to get out of their own half of the field. We have been here for most of the game, and just Boulder trying to work it, trying to get out of there. They're going to go multiple forward pods in a row. And now wide with the backs. 10, 12, 13. Couldn't go any farther. That defensive line pressure from South Buffalo was excellent on that one. And now the counter ruck coming in, but kept by Boulder. And no, just trying to catch it, trying to run with it before having possession of the ball. And she knocks it on. And we're going to see a scrum about 10 meters out for the South Buffalo team trying to add to their lead.
Well, it's the right idea there by Boulder. She did have the support with her, and if she could have maintained possession of that ball, it would have been a clear line break for the Babes of Boulder. But unfortunately, a knock on here, and in a position of the field where you do not want to be giving up a scrum. So Boulder, who has lost a few of their offensive scrums, trying to win a defensive scrum here and flip the script here on today. We'll reset here. Got to make sure everybody's good and ready. You don't want that front row slipping on either side.
Last thing we want in any of these matches is injuries.
Especially with a game tomorrow as well.
Buffalo gonna go to their trusted 13 and then 11, and she just has speed around the outside, is faster than everyone. Brianna Harris, excellent job from her. Excellent fend on her opposition wing, and then just has the speed to go around and put another try on the board for the South Buffalo team.
That was a beautiful fend there by Brianna Harris. And it's another fend that leads to another try. It's a story we've seen before with Gabby Dispenza, but this time again, Harris with a great fend there. Just fantastic job by Buffalo today to keep these possessions alive. They don't want to go down too much, and when they do go down, they get the ball out of the ruck very quickly. This one's going to be a difficult conversion, though, for South Buffalo. Way back and right on the touchline.
And Gabby Dispenza having a day. She has 3 tries herself, and that is her second try assist. There have only been 1 try for the South Buffalo team she has not been involved in. So she is having herself a day. And still 45 minutes left to go in this one.
And you see just how deadly South Buffalo there is on the conversions. Even though she didn't make it, it did have the angle and just barely did not have enough distance. If she can find a way to connect on those, this Buffalo team is going to be unstoppable in the second half coming up here in 4 short minutes, assuming our time is correct with the referee. But the Boulder Babes will soon have a chance to recollect their thoughts and take a breath and come back into this second half with the tenacity that we've seen sparks of so far. Just glimmers of hope here from the Babes. And I'm willing to bet, though, they will not be a team who will roll over.
Definitely not. They did not find themselves in the super regional semifinals because they rolled over early in the season. They have done tremendous all season long to find themselves here. But now down big in the semifinals of the super regional. About 3 minutes left to go in this first half, according to our clock, but the referee does have the official clock on the field. But restart not going 10 meters, so we're going to see South Buffalo with another scrum and another set piece opportunity.
You know, a center field scrum is a perfect way to flip the script, and here's a chance to do it before halftime. A big push here by Boulder could lead to some fortuitous favoring.
Taken cleanly by South Buffalo, and they're going to come to our short side where they get it all the way to the wing, get good at a good 15 meters before causing the penalty. And good job from Boulder there. And even though Boulder is not stealing the scrums away from South Buffalo, they have pushed back this South Buffalo team in every scrum. And the kick going there, hitting our camera, yes. Hitting our cameraman, shaking his setup a little bit, and you saw the Boulder Babes girls waving, apologizing.
Shaken but not stirred in Hello to you there from Boulder, from our broadcast booth here in Chicago. What a lovely day we're having. What a lovely day for rugby. Let's see if Boulder can have a lovely day as well as the hooker gets a chance.
And now we're going to see the pick and goes as their scrum half had to go into that scrum. It looks like they're going to go wide with the backs. They are. And intercepted. I believe that was Gabby on the interception and then knocked on. But Boulder doing a tremendous job getting the ball out. But the line speed from South Buffalo every time Boulder goes to the backs is just causing them to not get it all the way out to the wing like they would want to.
Well, that is another key that Boulder has to focus on is while offensively your tight five have done an incredible job of running the 13-31 matched up against the 13-31. So there's a defense who knows your structure. While they have had the pod systems running smoothly today, you need to be able to connect that to your backs where you can find some freedom on the outside.
Boulder with possession after that scrum, but our time is showing up for the first half. Boulder would love to see some points on the scoreboard going into halftime, a good positive movement, something to talk about at the half. But we're going to see a penalty here for holding on. South Buffalo just doing more damage to this Boulder team.
Stoppage here as we get a scrum down.
And referee signaling scrum for the Boulder Babes.
This could be favorable for Boulder here, as it's a chance to make a statement right before halftime.
And being down big at halftime, the message always is if they can score X amount of points and a half, so can we. So this game, definitely not out of reach for Boulder. We've seen glimpses of what they can do, glimpses of greatness out of them. They just need to put some points on the board, put the ball in the try zone.
Looks like Claire Arnold for Boulder there, the hooker. Looks like she's all right. She was down there a little bit after that last scrum collapse, but she's up now and ready for another bout with the Buffalo.
And pushing too early, I believe, is the call from the referee. So a free kick awarded to Boulder. Scrum half going to take it herself, but not back 10, says the referee. So now a penalty about midfield for the Boulder Babes. Boulder wanting to go quickly. Referee not set up. And now we're going to see them run that play. They have all day. 10 running on this time. Kaylee went to her 8. Hannah. And now, unfortunate for Boulder, just a knock on off the pass. And Gabby showing her strength, dragging 3 Boulder defenders with her. South Buffalo looking to put more points on the board here. Never mind, she proved me wrong. She wanted to go to halftime. She wanted a break. Number 10, Kaylee, said, I'm a little tired. I'd like to go have a 10-minute break. But South Buffalo up big 38-0 over Boulder. Grant, what would you like to see in the second half of this one?
I would love to see Boulder Babes come out hot and really hold your runs on offense. Find that depth, find that width, trust that your 9 can make that pass, and come up with speed, push that gain line, and hopefully here Boulder can find a way to get that in the second half.
And we'll be right back after our halftime break. Welcome back, everyone, to the 2024 Rugby 15s Club Northern Super Regional. My name is Nick Cummings. In the booth with me is Grant Harrison. We are currently watching South Buffalo versus the Boulder Babes. South Buffalo with a commanding first half lead, 38-0. And as we kick this one off, Grant, what would you like to see from both of these teams here in the second half?
Starting off with Boulder, I'd love to see some more line speed as well as offensively find their speed as well. String together some phases, 4, 5, 6 phases, and I believe you could punch this in for a try. We've only seen 2 or 3 strung together by Boulder. And when they do start to build those phases, we see great things happen until an unfortunate mistake stops the momentum that they've been stringing together. From Buffalo, keep this one up. You're up 38-0 in a club super regional semifinal. Don't stop the train. Keep those wheels a pumping as they're doing here along the left side of the pitch.
And an early penalty from Boulder, giving South Buffalo a penalty about 30 meters out. And this is game number 2 of 3 here on field 2. Currently on field 1, we have an overtime game in our other Division 2 women's semifinal.
Yes, and Grand Rapids just punched one in to make it 38-31 in overtime. This one is shaping up to be an exciting weekend. Let me tell you this, folks. Grand Rapids could go on to face, 38-36. St. Louis just punched one in as we were awaiting the conversion.
Excellent game to head to tomorrow's finals over there on field 1. But this one, South Buffalo inside the 22 with a line out and looks like stolen by the Boulder Babes. But we see a knock on that the referee is going to come back for. And as you said at the top of the second half, Grant, when the Boulder Babes get their phases going, when they have possession of the ball, they get moving down the field. But these unfortunate mistakes, a knock on, a drop pass, has haunted them from putting anything in the try zone.
Yes, it's a tale as old as time in club rugby. Sometimes these minor mistakes come out and we see a diamond in the rough sometimes just to be rough in these first halves. And when you're trying to get things going, trying to piece things together, you've got to clean those mistakes up. And this chance here, as the ball's taken away from the scrum.
Not what you want to see as Boulder, as number 11 goes around the outside, and that'll be her second try of the day. Brianna Harris, excellent job from her. Both tries showing off her speed around the outside, and she just gets this ball and says, I'm faster than everyone on this pitch. I'm going to go around you, and I'm going to dot it down for 5 more points to start off the second half strong for my team.
Well, it's a bit of confidence you love to see out of a wing. And Brianna Harris proving the domination of South Buffalo today over the Boulder Babes as she punches in her second one. As you said, a multitude of players have multitude tries today. Gabby Dispenza had a hat trick in the first half alone, and Brianna Harris with her second one there on the doorstep of another hat trick. So 2 players just coming out fantastic today for South Buffalo, as it's been a whole team effort for that team in green.
Kick is through the posts. Excellent job from Kelly DeGrude. It is now 45-0. Big lead for South Buffalo. They executed all day long on that outside. As you see, tries from, as you said, a hat trick from their number 13, and the other 3 tries coming from winners. So, excellent job from them on the outside. And Boulder Babes play strong defense in the middle, but unfortunately, South Buffalo's speed takes over when they get close to that sideline.
Yes, as you mentioned, Boulder strong in the middle on defense, and on offense, they're very strong in the middle as well. They have put some great pieces together today. Just some minor things they need to clean up, and those minor mistakes have led to the score you see there.
But we see some replacements now on the field for South Buffalo. That was number 24, Rhiannon Filler, getting her first carry of the match. And South Buffalo again just moving that ball forward, pushing the gain line, keeping Boulder on their back foot. And now here's a line break from the inside center, number 12, Erin Risotto, looking for some support. And there she has found it up the middle. And excellent tackle from the fullback for Boulder. Puts it down, picks it up herself. No one over the top of her, and she does it a second time. And now Boulder's stealing that ball away, but the referee going to call it back.
An obstruction there.
Excellent. Some individual tremendous efforts from that South Buffalo team to get the ball all the way inside the 22 of
Started with a
Boulder. Started on the big run with Erin Risotto, and I believe Anna, the scrum half, had that beautiful.
As we get back to action here, it's a not releasing penalty going in the way of Boulder, who gets a chance here as Buffalo was knocking on the door. Now Boulder can flip the script a little bit as they restart this one. Let's see if they can put the phases here together and really turn this one around.
Boulder's defense at the try line, when it hasn't been a long run, has looked tremendous. They have stopped them several times. South Buffalo could have a lot more points on this board, but Boulder's defense close to that try line, when it's within phase play, has done a great job. Most of the tries they've given up have been on those long runs on the outside.
Good phases put together here by Boulder.
Referee's going to come back for an offsides penalty. Boulder inside their 22. I think they're going to set up that same play we've seen multiple times from them today. Lineouts not going the way they've wanted them to, so they're going to go ahead and set this play up. And a good run from the fly half. Kaylee Henry said her name a couple of times today, but just looking for the offload, couldn't find a teammate cleanly, and it gets knocked on. And South Buffalo with a scrum at the 22.
Although it's just a mistake there by Boulder, that one can be fixed by slowing it down, taking the ball into contact, trusting you have support. On the other side, though, South Buffalo, who's played very disciplined today so far, now comes up with quite a few mistakes. Scrum, a knock-on, and now an offsides call, which led to that last dominant carry by Boulder. But again, Buffalo has the ball here in the scrum.
Buffalo going to fake the crash with Gabby, and now their fullback taking it up the middle herself. Broke a couple of arm tackles, and she's going to dot it down under the post. Number 15, Amanda Lanau. She's going to dot it down. She's had a couple try assists today, and she finally puts one on the board for herself.
Lanau carried that one in herself, but her teammates got her there. That was a full team effort, as South Buffalo has done so many times today, connecting those passes, connecting those phases, and finding that gain line and pushing it forward and forward and forward. South Buffalo now 50-0 awaiting this conversion here.
I apologize. That was Amanda's second try of the day. She opened up the scoring for South Buffalo in the first half. Adds another one to her name in the second. Kick is up and through, 52-0 now for this South Buffalo side.
And speaking of conversions being the factor, as we turn our attention now back to Field 1, where St. Louis is down one conversion to the Grand Rapids Growlers, 38-36 there as we start our second half of overtime. Another 10-minute period coming up on field one. But we don't want to turn your attention away from this match here as the Boulder Babes looking to piece together a comeback against South Buffalo. Just 10 minutes into this second half here.
Boulder Babes elect for the deep restart this time. There's Amanda, the try scorer, getting a fend, offloads to the hat trick herself, Gabby. And now gonna go back to the forward pack, but an errant pass, drop ball, goes backwards, says the referee. Now we're gonna have South Buffalo set up that forward pack again and stood tall in the middle. This Boulder Babes defense in the middle isn't allowing the forward pack of South Buffalo to get much meters. And as I say that, up the middle goes number 19, Ajaya Davis. Excellent run from her, getting her team out to midfield. And runs her over number 6. That's Kendall Boyd. I've said her name a couple times today. She's had some bruising runs. And again, now South Buffalo proving me wrong, getting a few good runs up the middle on this Boulder team. And now they're going to go wide with it.
Buffalo
Gets
doing
caught
a
up in
great
the
job.
centers. Now Buffalo going to go back to the hat trick. Gabby, as she breaks 3 tackles up the middle and finds her teammate running on. Ajaya, good support line there, helping out Gabby. Now the inside center, dummy, offloading the tackle, and there goes number 11. She's looking for her third of the day, trying to match her teammate, and she will get it right by the post. Number 11, Brianna Harris, her third of the day.
Now 2 hat tricks for Buffalo. This is a team that can just not be stopped. We asked the team what they thought their competitive edge was, what they brought to the table that would help propel them into the finals. And it was Gabby Dispenza who said, "We just got that dog in us." And end quote there. And we're just seeing it today as South Buffalo has just been hammering the ball through the try zone. Again, 2 players with hat tricks, and we've got one more on the doorstep of another, Amanda Lanau with 2.
It's
Waiting the
Kelly
conversion
J.
here.
Grood lining up for the kick. She's been good today off of the boot, has only missed 2, is 7 for 9 on her kicks. So excellent job from her. 59-0 now. South Buffalo adding to their score from that first half lead.
Boulder at this point really got to start piecing it together if you want to think about the comeback. And again, just put those phases together. Slow it down a little bit. Trust your teammates, have your back when you go into contact. Don't try those fancy offloads. Go back to fundamental rugby. Take the ball in, have a good clean post, have good secure rucks, and just find those phases, find those passes, and piece it together slowly, one by one.
Boulder looking for the counter ruck. Not doing, but a big push there at the end, but ball was already out for South Buffalo. A line break, moving Boulder backwards yet again, and they were thinking about going wide, but unfortunately ball was knocked on for them. And as you said,
Well,
the Boulder
here,
Babes just need to go back to fundamental rugby. Need to put some
yes,
points on the board here and just slow this South Buffalo team down.
very much so. And here's the chance to do that. A clear knock just 40 meters away from the try zone. We'll call it 39. And you have an incredible chance to win this scrum, find the backline connections, wait for the support from your forwards, and once you get that, go right into your 13-31 that you've worked all season and keep this thing moving.
You could see a contest there by the hookers in the middle of the scrum, and now Boulder Babes gonna come short side. to their wiener number 11. That'd be Robin Levins. And now playing advantage is the referee and a knock on, I'm sorry, a penalty for not rolling away against South Buffalo. And Quinn Noonan just going to tap it herself and go quick. The pick and go is now on for Boulder. As we've seen them, this is the closest they've been to the try zone with possession, but no, she looked for that offload and knocked out of her hands by South Buffalo. But a knock on from South Buffalo, giving the ball back to Boulder Babes deep in their territory. And as you said, doing the fancy offloads, we haven't seen it work for them much this game. Just going into contact, but they have a great chance now, Grant, to put their first points on the board.
Yes, you see after that offload, she had Claire Arnold and Adriana Maldonado with her, but now you've got a scrum and it's a hooker battle all day between Chloe Atenza and Claire Arnold. Let's see what the
And now a
hookers can do for
penalty
either
for
side
the
here.
Boulder Babes. They're about 7 meters out from the try zone. They're going to set up this play that they love to run. They're going to go straight to the forward pack, straight to number 7, Jory. And now inside the 5 meter line, Boulder looking to put their first points of the day on the board. And they certainly can do it. They're close. They're about 2 meters out now. Referee telling South Buffalo, back up, you're offsides. And a try down for the Boulder Babes. Excellent work from them, causing the penalty, winning the scrum, and then using their forwards to put the ball down in the try zone.
That one scored by Hannah Lamone there. Pardon me. But Lamone with a beautiful try there. A great team effort, and that's what we've been talking about all day. You've got to keep those phases working. Keep with what's working for you. Now, moving forward, don't let this be a consolation try. Keep pumping forward. Let this be the first piece in a greater comeback. You have plenty of time to do it. If South Buffalo could do it in one half, you can do it in another. Just keep it up, keep moving forward, and clean up those offloads as we await the conversion here by Carolyn Miskill.
Excellent work from Hannah. We've called her name several times for the Boulder Babes in this one. Kick is up and through, making it 59-7.
Well, we've seen bigger comebacks. This one's certainly possible for Boulder here. As we were awaiting their first try, it's how you respond. You're going to get the ball back here. You have plenty of time to do it. As we have what might be a substitution for Lindsay Daphne for Boulder. We'll see who will come on to take her place. But in the meantime, Boulder with an incredible opportunity to put another one up here on the boards. They know what's been working for them now. They see it. The plan in action has been laid out. Let's see if they can execute.
Boulder retaining the kickoff, but a strong push in the counter ruck for South Buffalo, giving up on it. But the Boulder Babes, as we've said all day, need to put the phases together. That's where they've been the most successful. Finally finding the try zone. Can they do it again? Excellent run from number 10, Kaylee, but unfortunately she offloads it to the other team. A great interception from her, and there goes Gabby around the corner. She's trying to put her fourth down, and she does. Gabby Dispenza, excellent work from her. Fourth try on the day.
Well, it is a surgical defense indeed, as you see there. Once you give South Buffalo an inch, they will take a mile as they march down the field, giving Gabby Dispenza her fourth try of the day. This has just been an incredible team effort by South Buffalo to keep this one in their favor. And we talked about how Boulder would respond. Now it's Buffalo who responds, letting Boulder know, hey, listen, we're running the show here. We've got this one. We've got the whole team effort. And Boulder needs to find a way to respond again as they find themselves just in a position where they were 10 minutes ago.
Kick is up and no good. A rare miss from Kelly. But no, 64-7. A quick response from South Buffalo. And unfortunately, one mistake from the Boulder Babes. As you said, give South Buffalo an inch and they'll take a mile. But an excellent run from Kaylee Henry of the Babes. Just an unfortunate offload. Saw the South Buffalo defender, picked it off, and then giving it off to her teammate Gabby, who's had a tremendous day.
As we look at other factors that could be playing into this match right now, this game started at about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, now up to 72. Sunshine a little bit more. That warmth beats down on you. You got to tap into that second tank. You got to find the endurance. You got to find a reason to keep going. And whoever finds that could start knocking on the door here.
And an update for you on the game that's going on Field 1. Still a 2-point match with only about a minute to go, but that one not over yet. Neither is this one. We got 20 minutes left to go in this game, according to our clock.
Grand
South
Rapids
Buffalo.
in that lead on Field 1-1.
Grand Rapids in the lead on Field 1. Yes, my apologies. But number 2, Chloe Atienza with a big run through the middle, but unfortunately for South Buffalo, they're going to concede a penalty to this Boulder Babes side.
Well, the Babes took advantage of another penalty earlier on in this match. Let's see what they can do here on their own side of the pitch and see if they can piece it together again. Again, discipline. That is the key for Boulder. You keep those passes short, you keep those passes fast, and you find the connection, go into contact. Don't try anything fancy. Keep it simple, and they'll put this one together.
Dragging tacklers with her is number 1, Emma Miskill. And causing the penalty for her side. But as we've said throughout the broadcast, we have seen glimpses of greatness from this Boulder Babes team, just unfortunately not able to put it together in this one, except for the one try in the first 60 minutes.
Exactly, and we've seen some incredible speed from the wingers of South Buffalo and some incredible work by the front row of Boulder as well. Let's see how the tight five can do here in this line out that's so crucial for Boulder. Oh, and just not straight.
Thrown straight. Unfortunate. They did win the line out, but not thrown straight, and South Buffalo is going to elect for the scrum.
You see the frustration there. Looks like that's Betsy, number 4 from Boulder. And this is when the frustrations start to come out. But you've got to keep a clear head if you're Boulder. You've got to put all the mistakes out of your head and move forward. There's plenty of time left in this match. Just keep taking those baby steps, and you'll find yourself in the try zone.
And as mentioned, this is game 2 of 3 today on Field 2. Up next, we have the D2 men's semifinal, Milwaukee Barbarians versus the Denver Barbarians. But 17 minutes left to go in this one, and here goes Gabby again, another long run. Cut inside of the fullback, good tackle, good open field tackle from the fullback of the Babes. But here goes Amanda now around the outside. She's looking for a hat trick to match 2 of her teammates on the day, and she's going to find the try zone. Amanda Lanau, excellent work from her. A hat trick now from 3 different players on this South Buffalo team.
And let's give a hand to Robin Blevins, who was there all along. I believe it was Robin Blevins, number 11 for Boulder. But she was right there on the tackle. And although there's 3 players now with hat tricks for Buffalo, Boulder is still not giving up any easy ones. as they're just getting beat on the outside, but don't mistake that as rolling over in any way, as Boulder has done a fantastic job of keeping up with Buffalo and not making any try easy on them.
Kick is up and off the post. No good for Kelly, but 69 now to 7 for this South Buffalo team. 15 minutes left to go. Women's Division II semifinal here at the Chicago Blaze Rugby Facility in Lamont, Illinois. As we said, winner from this game will go on to play tomorrow in the finals to head to the national championship top 4.
Yes, and that game just ended Grand Rapids 38 over St. Louis 36. So the winner of today will face Grand Rapids, the Growlers, with a dominant overtime victory there as the Babes get set to go again on defense. That line speed has been tough all day.
Good kick taken. It looks like we have another substitution in for South Buffalo. Number 22, Tina Macy, getting her first carry of the match, if I'm not mistaken. South Buffalo close to that midfield line yet again. Here's number 19. Ajaya Davis had a few good runs when she checked in a couple minutes ago. And South Buffalo with another breakaway, another offload and a tackle that created more meters for their side. Referee playing advantage, but a line break for number 6. Puts it down in the middle. Number 6, Kendall Boyd. We've said her name a few times during this broadcast. Excellent from her. The first try scored, not from Gabby or a winger fullback. So excellent job from her. Excellent line break. Excellent support line. And then is able to outrun the opponents to the try zone.
Yes, as you can see there, it's just a great line break. Sometimes those breaks do come your way, and when they do, you got to take advantage of them. South Buffalo, pardon me, has 25 players who can really put it down today. Those 2 substitutes as well, who we might see tomorrow, as well as some other finishers today who have just really made a difference here for South Buffalo, as they know how to make an exclamation point and they know how to capitalize on it as well.
Kick is through. And the score is now 76 to 7.
Boulder here will get, I'd say, 2 more chances at some tries. Unfortunately, Buffalo been kind of running away with this one. But the game's not over yet, as we've got plenty of action headed your way. Rugby is never a game that ceases to amaze. The beautiful game indeed. As Boulder will look to patch up their defense a little bit. Don't sleep on them when they're on offense. They've found those minor differences to really put this one together.
Deep restart from the Babes. Right back to the try scorer, Kendall. And Buffalo going to do what they have been all day. Big tackle coming in from the Babes. That was number 6 for their team, Jane Turek. But Buffalo's doing what they've continued to do all day long. Just be dominant with the ball, and we're going to come back for a knock on against South Buffalo. But if you're this Boulder team,
Boulder.
you would like to see another try put in.
I'd say there's plenty of time to see two more tries. I mean, Boulder's really starting to come back and get that steam underneath them. But Boulder here, big scrum. They've struggled early in the match, but now they're really putting it together and have a lot of things to hang their hat on after they've worked hard all day and really not made this easy on Buffalo, despite what the score tells you. This has
But
been
an,
a close game defensively.
but an excellent opportunity here, 30 meters out with the scrum for the Babes. Oh, and a good line break from the inside center. Charlie. Now the scrum half. Quinn taking it herself, and pick and go starting to come out for this Babes team. They're about 30 meters out. We've seen what they can do when they put multiple phases together, and they're trying to get it going here. But stolen from South Buffalo, quick on the poach. Now South Buffalo with space wide. And there goes Gabby yet again around the outside. And she's got space in front of her and the speed to match it. And she's going to take it in for her fifth try of the game. Excellent work from her.
Excellent indeed. As you see, Robin Blevins giving her a nice clap up there, congratulating her on a job well done today. Just love to see that there's no animosity between these two teams, as both of them have worked so hard today, so hard to get to this point. Now Boulder, just on the doorstep of facing Grand Rapids tomorrow at noon Central Time. As the sun shines here on Field 2 with just over 8 minutes to go, we'll await the conversion.
Up and through to make it 83-7. But Gabby Dispensa having a day. 5 tries, 3 try assists. Just an unbelievable individual performance from her.
Yes, definitely looking forward to see what she can do tomorrow. Grand Rapids, they're a tough team to beat. They've got talent all over the field, all over the roster, and this South Buffalo team will be a great pairing for Grand Rapids, as that previous game on Field 1 ended in an overtime thriller. That
How
kick
much of
not
a
10 there.
difference do you think that overtime is going to make? They played an extra 20 minutes of rugby, Grand Rapids.
Yes, well, let's not dilute all the running Buffalo has done today. You know, Boulder has not made it easy on them, so it's still a tough game for Buffalo as they're just coming off a dominant game for their forwards, as we've seen so many scrums today. And these 2-day tournaments, when you don't get much rest, you need to hydrate, you need to find the ability to recover quickly, and whichever team recovers the quickest will find the advantage tomorrow. Of course, Grand Rapids will get 20 extra minutes of recovery, but it will still be a close match tomorrow.
And the Boulder Babes driving that scrum backwards. They've done that all day long. They've been dominant in the scrum versus South Buffalo. They had a few turnovers early in the game, but since then they've driven South Buffalo back in the scrums. And now a penalty 40 meters out for the Babes.
Yes, that comes right from their front row. Boulder been dominating with Emma Miskill, Claire Arnold, and Lindsay Daphne. Sorry, Lindy Daphne, pardon me.
South Buffalo looking for the big counter ruck here. Couldn't get it off in time. It's going to go to number 7, Jory Monterac. At 10 to 12, and she's got a line break for herself. She's going to give it to her outside center. Does she have the speed to make it? No, she's going to get tackled at the 5-meter line, and she throws it back. Picked up by her inside center, Charlie. He's going to give it to her, the 8-man Hannah Lemoyne. Had the lone try for the Babes earlier in the day, and another one on the board from the outside center who had the great run on the outside, number 13, Helen Barber. And that was just excellent phase play from the Babes to put another try on the board.
Well, we may not have said her name a lot today, but Barber has been there all day. All that team talk we were talking about came from Barber. And right there, it was just a beautiful play by her to put that one through.
The fullback, Carolyn Miskill, lining up for the conversion.
Appears we have time off here.
Might just be taking her time for the kick. Unfortunately,
Can't blame her
hooks
for,
it.
can't blame her for needing that recovery there.
Have played 77 minutes of rugby thus far. Conversion no good. So 83 to 12 for the Babes, but not giving up on themselves and putting another try on the board here late, even with this scoreline.
And coming up here on field 3, we've got the bout of the Barbarians, Milwaukee versus Denver, coming up at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Kick nicely taken from Charlie Woolston, who set up that last try with a tremendous line break and individual effort. And then just 2 phases later, ball found the try zone for the Babes. Babes
Another
going to kick to
towards our
touch.
broadcast booth.
Yeah. That's 2 today, and both from the Babes.
I believe they have some obligation with us. As we get ready for a line out here, the Babes have had an incredible day on set pieces. We talked about their scrum, but their line out has been improving all day as each one gets better and better.
And the caster's curse, but picked up. And a nice run by number 7, Jory. She's going to play it to herself. And then dragging 3 South Buffalo players with her, showing her strength. Excellent work from her. Looked like the Babes had lost that line out, but picked up by Jory and then driven a good 20-25 meters forward. And now the Babes with some space on the outside, but unfortunately the bounce pass knocked on, and that's going to be the final whistle from our referee. 83 to 12, South Buffalo over the Boulder Babes, and we will see South Buffalo tomorrow. Grant, what do you think of this game today, and what do you think of the matchup tomorrow between South Buffalo and Grand Rapids?
Well, Boulder has so much to hang their hat on. It was a tough start for them, and it's hard to come back from that. As for South Buffalo, what a game today. Just showing their dominance over this pitch, over this opponent. And I am looking forward to that game tomorrow between Grand Rapids and South Buffalo, that's for sure.
So quick shout out South Buffalo, Brianna Harris, Gabby Dispenza, and Amanda Lanau all having hat tricks for the South Buffalo side. We're gonna take a break, but at 3 o'clock, stay tuned. We have the men's two semifinals here on Field Two, a battle of the Barbarians. My name is Nick Cummings. With me is Grant Harrison, and we're gonna take a break, and we'll be back for that game.